Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Caught. Kelsey, left side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Lucy. 7-7.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
72.
Again, it's Fournette. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there, 68 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Malik Jackson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. A strong safety, Barry Church, all over that one and knocked it away. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did. And if I'm not incorrect, his goal when he started this to help all the people was $200,000.
41.6 million minus 200,000. That's a pretty good margin there.
That's a heck of a margin. Congratulations to J.J. Watt, his foundation, and to everyone who contributed to help out the people in Houston.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Like 53. And 54, Ricky. Hank. Sunday.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Let's go.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Throwing on first down is Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Fighting through it. He's got space. The 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Lucy.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. Nice 39, Lucy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing is Mahomes on third. He fights him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To throw is Bortles. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays to target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. First half, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Z! Here we go! Blue 45! Blue 45!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Hunt, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malik Jackson able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing through the contact. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says, we're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Left.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On second down, here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. Telvin Smith in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here comes the Jags offense.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Down.
77.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Let's go, let's go. 372.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Jacksonville. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jaguars getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
77.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Sunday. 73.
A handoff to Fournette. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
76. Green 80. 72.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
That's it, baby.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From midfield, here's Bortles. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Lucy.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Bortles going to go on 4th down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Here we go. 72.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Lucy, Lucy.
Hey, you got three. Three down.
We're 54 right here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Chris Jones on the stop.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Forced out to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Back to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
On 3rd down. That's Hunt. And again they stuff it. A loss last time, and this time hitting him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
The pitch to Fournette. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He's going to get it running right. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.